Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're journeying back to Pandora to really dig into how James Cameron's Avatar saga is evolving. It's shifting from this incredible story of discovery into a massive, multi-generational epic about family, conflict, and, yeah, a potentially much darker future.
You know, it's kind of easy to forget just how massive the first Avatar film really was. We're not just talking about a hit movie here. This is still the single highest grossing film of all time. And that success, it didn't just break records. It laid the foundation for one of the most ambitious, multi-decade stories in the history of cinema. So, to really get where this whole saga is going, we have to go back to the beginning. Back to a moon called Pandora, a world that's defined just as much by its breathtaking beauty as it is by the brutal conflict brewing right under the surface. I mean, Pandora is a world that's literally just teeming with life. But it also has a resource that humans desperately want. And that right there sets up the core conflict of the entire saga: exploitation versus preservation.
Our way into this alien world is through Jake Sully, a former Marine. He's given this incredible chance to walk again, but here's the catch: not in his own body. By controlling a genetically engineered Na'vi avatar, he gets a perspective that doesn't just change his mission, it changes his very soul. When you boil it all down, the film is this classic, powerful clash. On one side, you have the RDA's corporate military machine ready to just strip mine the entire planet. On the other side, you've got the Navi's Omaticaya clan, fighting to protect their home. And Jake? He is caught right in the middle, until his bond with Neytiri forces him to finally choose a side.
And that first chapter ends with this absolutely monumental shift. Jake doesn't just help the Na'vi, he becomes one of them, leaving his human life behind for good. This victory, this decision, is the foundation for everything that follows. And this slide really captures the single biggest evolution in the saga's storytelling. Like James Cameron himself put it, the first film was all about the awe and wonder of discovery. But with the sequel, the focus shifts inward, right? It becomes a story about character and family.
So how does that shift actually play out? Well, the second film jumps the story forward by more than a decade, and in doing that, it dramatically raises the personal stakes for our hero. We're not following a lone soldier finding his place anymore. Now, we're with a father and a clan leader. Jake and Neytiri have kids, and the fight is no longer about some abstract principle. It is about protecting their family no matter the cost. And this sets up the central question for the whole sequel. What do you do when the enemy you thought you defeated comes back? And this time, they're coming for your family. And oh, do they return. The RDA is back, and they force the Sully family to leave their forest home. This decision forces a huge change of scenery, taking us from the jungles we know to the vibrant and dangerous reefs of Pandora. So this move forces the world of the saga to literally expand. We get introduced to a whole new side of Pandora and a new Na'vi culture, the Metkaina. The Sullys have to adapt, and their fight evolves from defending a home to just trying to find a safe place to be. So after facing these existential threats in the water, the next chapter of the saga promises to turn up the heat both literally and figuratively.
Okay, let's look ahead to the third film. It's slated for late 2025, and all the little details that have come out point to a much, much darker turn for the whole saga.
And the director himself has been super clear about this. After the family's devastating loss in the Way of Water, we should expect a major tonal shift. They're going to be grappling with grief, responsibility, and maybe even a desire for vengeance. And this darker story? It comes with an even more expanded world. We're apparently set to meet the Ash people, a fire-based Na'vi clan, and the nomadic Wind Traders, all while exploring the harsh volcanic regions of Pandora for the very first time. Now, this is a really fascinating development. For the first time, the main conflict might not be between Na'vi and humans, but between different Na'vi clans who have very different values and ways of looking at the world. But 3 films? That's not the end game. Not even close. This whole story is being built on an even grander, multi-generational scale. I mean, look at this timeline. It really puts the sheer ambition of Cameron's vision into perspective. This was never just a trilogy. It's a 5-film arc that's planned to span more than 20 years of real-world filmmaking. That's a true cinematic saga for an entire generation. The level of foresight here is just staggering.
To make sure there's continuity with the child actors, scenes for the third and even parts of the fourth film were shot while they were making the second one. That's not just planning, that's a completely unprecedented level of commitment to a long-form story.
So this all leads us to one big question. We've seen Pandora's forests and its oceans. As the saga takes us into its fires, are we about to discover a darker, more complicated side to the Na'vi themselves? The world is getting bigger, and the lines between right and wrong might be about to get a whole lot blurrier.